So basically, heat's in the air, the soil, the water, the buildings, and the body. And so this makes cooling and recovery more difficult. And scientifically, I want you to understand what's going on with the heat. Heat has to be removed from physiology. This is measured in joules, right? Energy has to be spent to remove heat, also measured in joules. And those are not the two, those are not the same thing. The body produces heat at rest, like 70 to 100 watts. If you're briskly walking, it's like 100 to 200 watts. And if you're doing very vigorous exercise, it can be up to over 1,000 watts. But then that's like what you produce, right? Even just sitting there, you're producing heat. But then your cooling mechanisms of the body cost more, like sweating. We have to pump blood up to the surface so that it can cool. We have to increase the heart rate. Then the nervous system, the endocrine systems have to regulate water balance to match that. So if it's 100 degrees and you're just sitting there, your body still needs to dump 100 to 200 watts to remain normal core temperature so that you don't overheat. So over an hour, do you want to know how many joules that is? And I'll give it to a comparison so that you can understand it because it's kind of hard to wrap your head intuitively around joules. But it's like 360 to 720,000 joules of heat per hour if you're just sitting in 100-degree heat. So for reference, it takes 334,000, so that's like the low end of that range, to melt 2 pounds of ice. So you have to like melt 2 pounds of ice per hour if you're sitting in heat like that, right? Or if you were going to power one of those, you could also power one of those old-fashioned 100-watt incandescent light bulbs for an hour. I mean, it's a lot of energy that we're moving. So we're really, I like putting it in electrical terms because sometimes that's an easier way of understanding yang, because it's not just heat, it's the brightness, like turning on a light bulb. So what happens in the body? Sweating is consuming chi and fluids, and that has to come from somewhere. Where does our chi, where do our fluids come from? Where does the sweat come from? So, so please eat when it's summer because actually one of the things that dry us out is not just the heat burning off our fluids. It's not just the moisture and humidity weighing down and making us sludgy. Bay Area people where it's cold here and cloudy, sludgy, congested middle jiao. Digestion not flowing very well. People in the hot, humid areas, that humidity just like weighs down the middle jiao. The stomach spleen function is just not raring to go. So that suppressed appetite can be from that lack of transformation, right? So the humidity obstructs the middle burner where digestion happens. And so you get this kind of like heaviness, poor appetite, digestive sluggishness, sense that the body can't circulate and transform. It's in addition to that, the heat takes so much energy, we just described the joules, the watts necessary to deal with the heat makes us tired too. It's like working out just to sit there. So what you get is chi deficiency from the heat and stagnation from the humidity, and this is just not good. So you can get like heat above or heat at the exterior, plus dampness and weakness and transformation below. Do you see how this is the same thing as the environment? This is the chi node. I'm describing the chi node, discussing the terrain of the body and the terrain of the environment as one because it is one.